What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Town Hall Meeting with the Mayor. I am your host, Eugene Man Roberts, and today we got a very special guest. He's a hometown hero, amazing drummer. He's just like a big homie to a lot of us, especially in Philly. He's literally a living legend. So you know what? We're just gonna jump straight in. Give it up for my homeboy, Mr. Brian Frasier-Moore. BFM, Brian Frasier-Moore, my bro. What's up with you?
What's happening?
You know, sticking with it, doing what we got to do. You know, being creative, collaborating, doing what we got to do. I see y'all see that setup. That's because he teach lessons. He do sessions. Listen, you got to get it together. So, what you been up to? I know I just said it, lessons and recording, but like I want you to elaborate a little more.
Yeah, so I've been, I started my online service about like 5 or 6 years ago. And so during this time of Corona, it's kind of crazy how it all flipped for me and you as well. And a lot of my brothers I know, they're taking this time to really to apply things to their audience. And so I've been doing lessons. We do Skype lessons. We do Zoom lessons. We have good studio sound so people can hear it. I've been doing video consultations, phone consultations, BFM sessions. I've been recording records, sending them back, a couple of movies and a few artists that are coming out. So throughout all of this, I'm trying to find more ways. And I also have a podcast that I've been trying to promote and did 3 of the podcasts all together. So pretty much diving into the online thing because that's where we are, to be honest.
And well, from what I've seen, a lot of those podcasts are like some of the most legendary groups of people at one time that it would probably be tough to kind of do that in person to get those people for their schedules to align to be able to do it. But yeah, so salute to that because I mean, you like I told you before, you are getting some of the most legendary people to be on it, and it's like I said, it's incredible because you're teaching history. And I think that was a big part of the blessing and the curse of the internet, because with the internet, you know, people have a choice of what they wanted to learn. But before the internet, you had a choice, but you really didn't have a choice because there weren't a million people with DVDs and with VHS tapes. Like, so we all had to watch Dennis. We had to watch Dave Wecker. We had to watch like they were the only ones that was getting the videos. Like you had to have, and it was just like if you didn't have the video, you left out. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like even like far as your legacy, if you don't know that, you make me want to drum solo or at least know how it start and end. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's a part of history, like just drum history and music history, you know. And like I said, I think it's cool that, you know, not taking advantage of it, but like you said, you started this a few years ago. You know, me, I built my studio a few years ago. Like, so we kind of, you know, honestly, I want to say we kind of thought this was our end game. Like, you know, when we got tired of being on the road, I think this is like a fast forward flash of like, hey guys, get ready. All right, no. Y'all can go back to touring. All right, now go experience the world. And I think people will have be a little more grateful for the experiences, you know, coming out of this. But I think, like I said, I think it was a flash to the past or of the future of like, this is what it's going to be you know. I just hope people don't get too comfortable. It's like, hey, I figured out how to make a lot of money from home. I don't really want to do that to her.
You know, that's the gift and curse about it. And you're right, man. I mean, going back to the podcast is really just about people that you never really hear stories from. So my next one, and I can say it on here, I'm putting together Dennis Chambers, Omar Hakeem, Will Kennedy, Cat Rogers, and myself. And then I'm going to have a keyboard one, and then I have a real estate one. My friend Kofi, who's a part of $1 Million Listings, he's going to do one. And then it's really just about people while they have the time to be able to hear stories, or you might get some gems, or it might actually help you with you going through now. Like if you look at one of your heroes and hear that they didn't have much money and they went through a downtime, you know, that might be like some kind of encouragement. But so that's what the podcast is about. And to your other point, if I figure out, which I'm finding out, if I figure out that I can make a whole lot of money at home.
Yeah, I think I would. I'm mentally fast forwarding a few months from now, and my hope is that I can blend the two. You know,
Yeah.
I think we're getting all good at this as far as sound and with mics and lighting and that whole thing. It's going to be a whole demographic of us having this set up in our hotel rooms and dressing rooms. Like, yo, can y'all be careful? Can y'all be quiet in front of the bus? I'm trying to do this show. You like the back lounge locked down, like booking out the back lounge of the bus. Like, you know, I think there's a way to do both. Like, I just think this, like I said, is giving us a fast forward of letting people know, like, you know, this is the biggest time I've ever seen so many people collaborate together that probably wouldn't ever collaborate in life, you know? And I think,
exactly,
like I was saying before, when I was talking to Sheed about it and Drake, and it's just like, this is a time people are supposed to build relationships, hone in on relationships, like, you know, check in on people, see how people are doing. Like, you know, in the dating world, like, if you're trying to holler at a girl, you just ain't going to fast forward to marriage. Like, you know, hey, how are you? Thinking of you. Like, it's a relationship, and like, you have to build the relationships. And I think that's what people, just across the board, not even in the music industry, I think that's where people kind of begin to fail when they don't continue relationships. You know, the moment you get somebody's business card is the moment the relationship starts. Yeah. So I think that's another thing. I think people, you know, building relationships is important.
That's a huge thing, bro. And you hit it on the head. And just to piggyback off of that, it's always about relationships. And like you said, especially now, where we're kind of limited in what we can do, relationships. Now is the time. Build your relationships. Reach out to people. Touch people. See how their family is doing. Don't make music the forefront of everything, because then it makes you look that way. So genuinely just care about people. And this is the time to join together, not the time to hate on each other and cause confusion. I'm just going to be quite honest while I'm here. I'm kind of tired of it. It's kind of played out. It's not going to stop my hustle. It's not going to stop the grind. You're never going to be able to do it because it's in my heart and God gave it to me. So I
mean, the reality of it is, when you do something or anyone does anything, you do it because you want to do it. If you're hating on me, I'm pretty sure I wasn't worried about you when I did this. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, that's how I think about, like, just when it comes to playing, when it comes to production, when it comes to anything, like, I don't really care what your thought is. You know, I do it because I love it. You know, I was talking to somebody about releasing music, and they were just like, well, you know, I'm just scared about this. I'm just like, listen, do you love it? Do you feel good about it? When you hit bounce or export on the last mix, did you feel good about it? All right, that's what happens. Like, everybody's not going to like what you do. That's fine.
No.
That's fine, but I guarantee you, like, just like as like far as a musician, you know, like as a drummer, like, if somebody's hating on somebody, like, oh yeah, they good, but you know, like, they not good at, like, you know, electronics. All right, cool, but I'm sure that person's not focusing on you hating about their using electronics. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that person might take pride in the fact that, you know, that they play to a click better than you using all the like, you know, it just depends. Like, you don't never know what a person's what they take pride in as far as what they represent. So when people bash certain parts of a person, it's like, bro, I'm not even worried about that part that you even talking about. I don't even care about that. I'm in a whole nother thing. And then, you know, have these platforms, they don't take the platform to help the next or show people, you know, it's like you showing people that this is possible, but it's like, all right, while you're bashing, like, if you know how to do that and that person's bad at that, why don't you come at them with love? Like, yo, bro, listen, I noticed that was kind of like suspect. Like, I think you should, you know, do that.
Absolutely. That takes us back to the way we grew up. That's the way we were when we were younger. We so family, we so tight. I could be like, yo, hey, Dre, that snare sounds terrible. Or I don't know if I like that chord. And that is the relationship part of it. And that's fine. I have no problem with that. But it got a little different seasoning on when people are trying to.
Well, because the like I said, the blessing and curse of the internet and the digital world is that even if you say you DM somebody in love, like, yo, bro, like, that was a dope video, but I think if you switch the camera settings to this, it'd be crazy. Now, it could go two ways. Yo, bro, thank you so much, and that be the end. Thank you, bro, so much. forward DM screenshot. Yo, look what so-and-so said. They just, so it's just, I think now, like, we are to the point where it's just like, we do it out of love. Hopefully it's received out of love. If it's not,
Absolutely.
I don't know what to do. I did this out of love,
Yeah, and as long as we do it, that's our plan to do it, and whoever takes it, fine.
Right. So tell the people about the BFM brand and like the consultations and everything you got going on.
Okay, so BFM consultations came about because just like you and all of us, throughout my whole life, I've been touring for 27 years. And I've only started BFM World about 5 or 6 years ago. So 21 years I've been giving out advice through my experiences. Mm-hmm. Not that I'm the guy that knows everything, because we're all learning each day, but sometimes sharing your experiences or giving insight to someone who may be thinking too much or putting too much into it. Relax, this is that, build relationship. So consultations are really just about that person that inquires about whatever they want to have help with. Mm-hmm. It could be studio set. I had one guy say, Brian, I went and did a session, and the engineer said, my snare sound like shit. And he was like, I just don't know what to do. And I said, okay, tune it. Did you tune it according to the essence of the record? Did you make sure like your drums were okay? And you'd be surprised at how many people don't.
Because some people just go in. I mean, we used to do that back in the day, though. Like, you get that snare, once it's tuned how you like it. No, this snare sounds like this.
Absolutely, but it's like putting a piccolo on Love and Happiness. It's like it's not the essence of the record. So
it's not the essence of the record. Now, if you want to do your own thing, then you do your own thing. The only person that can get away with it, America probably get away with it, but you know what I'm saying, like.
But even to his credit, he's such a professional and he's such a scientist.
Yo, bro, I knew he was a genius, but I really, like, when I started doing shows with the Roots and like being at Fallon all the time, and it's just like, okay, so this guy is gonna record with that snare, and then he's gonna go back and play the verses with that snare. Okay, absolutely. Okay, in the middle of the show, he's gonna play these 5 songs with this snare. He's gonna use this snare on. I was like, I get it. I get it. But I just didn't know. I didn't know.
And people judge. You can always tell where a person is by how they judge. So anyone that thinks, and I've heard it countless times, that, Questlove is not a good drummer. I see you. I see exactly where you are. You got to be careful to that. Because. But again, that's back to what I was saying. That's a person judging a part of his playing that he does not acknowledge. He's not about to say, oh yeah, I got all the chops, I got all that he don't care about that. I guarantee he gonna groove you out of this world for hours straight. Absolutely. And then turn around and go to one of his 5 restaurants that he has, and then turn around as he's the musical director for Jimmy Fallon, and then you can talk about Ringo Starr, about how good you think he wasn't, and you can talk about all these people, and they worth $300 million. So it's like, it's this movie called Training Day with Denzel Washington.
Oh yeah, that's my jam.
He says, do you want to go to jail or you want to go home?
Right.
What do you want to do? If you want to be a great chopping drummer, then do that. It's amazing. I've lived on this earth long enough to know that supporting your family is hard to come through when you take that aspect. So whatever you want to do, please do it. But let's all support each other. Okay, let me get back to it. So BFM Consultations is really just about uplifting people, giving them the tools of what they need. We're blessed to be in experiences where we work with you can call John right now on the phone. You can talk to him. People will never have that opportunity, so they don't know how people are. So this is what we do. And on top of that, we do job placement. We've had 7 people hired on professional gigs from these consultations. So I connect them to my current connect, #unselfish, to my current connects so that they can have a chance to breathe and live the life that they want to live.
Right.
And that's what it's about.
And in that, you get to build relationships with these people, so you get to learn who they are and deal with them. And, I mean, especially if you do more than one with them, what their energy is. Like even digitally,
Absolutely.
you can feel people's energy and where they're coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might uplift their spirit for the day.
Yeah,
You know?
I think so. Like I said, but that's relationship. That's building relationship. Like you're not gonna recommend somebody for anything that you don't feel like you have a good enough relationship. Like regardless, trust is everything. You know.
Absolutely. So
Yeah. Well,
you know, when people
before we get out of here, I want to shout out BFM. This is my bro. I'm telling you, I am buying a BFM Signature Series snare because you got to sign it because you are a living legend. You always going to be a living legend. Philly hero, big bro. And you already know how we rock. But thank you for being on here, bro. Everybody stay tuned. We're going to do a Rolling at Home corner. We're going to do a video. We're going to do something. We got to do something. It'll be a minute. We're going to put it on Instagram. But we're going to do something. But thank you, bro. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Over and out.
My dude.
All right. As you can see, we was going to keep talking forever because this big homie, hometown hero, Mr. Brian Frasier-Moore. So keep up with everything he's doing at bfmworld.com. Follow all his socials and, you know, never know, sign up for some services or something. But before we get out of here, I want to thank Roland. I want to thank my whole team. Thank Joel, thank Nelly, thank Kristen, thank Brian, Igor, and just Roland as a company, man. This is just an amazing family, and it's just great to be a part. So until the next time, Eugene Man Roberts, aka the Mayor. This is Town Hall Meeting with the Mayor. We out.